earlier this year, they didn't say a word. When Republicans held up for months and months security funding of our embassies. They're still doing this.
It takes funding to protect an outpost. Yes, it takes funding. Who cut the funds from embassy security? The Republicans in the House. That's who.
That was a common theme today from Democrats about Benghazi. There you see two senators talking about it. They weren't alone. Let's take you back to testimony October 10th, 2012.
It has been suggested that budget cuts are responsible for a lack of security in Benghazi, and I'd like to ask Ms. Lamb, you made this decision personally. Was there any budget consideration and lack of budget which led you not to increase the number of people in the security force there?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all I need. Thank you very much. Okay, so it wasn't a lack of money, as we've heard by some people trying to suggest that.
Sir, this was an unprecedented attack in size and ferocity.
Back with the panel. Okay, Benghazi, down the row here. Where's this headed, and well, where's it going?
Well, let's hope it's headed to a select committee, which would have subpoena powers to force people to answer questions from various agencies and departments. But the president's behavior here is pretty outrageous. You have 4 dead Americans, including a U.S. ambassador, and the President of the United States suggests that anyone asking too many questions is politicizing the issue in order to raise money. It's outrageous.
Chuck?
Well, I thought that was a good try today by the Democrats to turn it into a question of government spending. I don't think it worked. I don't think it's going to quell any of the questions. I don't know whether we need a select committee or not, but if what Politico says is true, that John Boehner is, if not obsessed, deeply interested in the matter, it's going to continue. The Republicans control the House. They have all the power they need to continue investigating, and they're going to.
Charles, when the president says there's no there, it almost seemed, and I asked Dan Henninger this last night, that he was challenging reporters to say, no, really, there's no there.
Well, look, there are 3 theirs, and they are extremely important issues, and the administration is hugely on the defensive and hasn't really answered. And it's the same 3 we've always had. Why were the requests for security denied, including the desperate ones of the ambassador who ultimately was killed? Second, what happened on the night? How could America not have at least made an attempt of rescue? And the response by Democrats, well, it wouldn't have arrived in time. How the hell do you know in advance it's not going to arrive in time? How do you know it'll only be 7.5 hours and not 17.5 hours? That's not a response. And where was the president on that night? We've all seen the video and the pictures, well, the picture situation room of Obama on the night of the Osama raid. And everybody looks at that, oh yeah, he was really involved in that. Show me a picture of where he was on the night of the attack in Libya. Give me a timeline. Who did he talk to? What did he do? And lastly, the talking points, which are a fiction, and compounded by the fact that the president now says, I said it was a terror attack on the day after. That is not true. Even the Washington Post has said today it was absolutely a falsehood. It's a falsehood on top of falsehood. But the one advice I'd give to Republicans is this: stop calling it a huge scandal. Stop saying it's a Watergate. Stop saying it's Iran-Contra. Let the facts speak for themselves. Have a special committee, a select committee. The facts will speak for themselves. Pile them on. But don't exaggerate. Don't run ads about Hillary. It feeds the narrative of the other side that it's only a political event. It is not. Just be quiet and present the facts.
That is it for the panel.